largest wildfire in California this year. A 20-year-old man from Bakersfield has been arrested for allegedly shooting a man in Port Hueneme over the weekend. Port Hueneme police say it happened just after 11 o'clock Sunday night at the Jolly Spirits liquor store on North Ventura Boulevard. When officers arrived, they found the victim with non-life-threatening injuries from the shooting. He was taken to the hospital. The suspect and his vehicle were later found in Oxnard. Port Hueneme police, with the help of a canine, reportedly found a gun in his vehicle. 20-year-old Emmanuel Serrato of Bakersfield was taken into custody. I'm Bill Robbins in the KERN newsroom with news every half hour, or when it breaks on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
Flores, and this up. Thank you very much.
I had 3 more seconds, and I had the whole thing. I was supposed to have 3 minutes.
Sir, thank you. Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
It's the JR Show from Studio 99 at the American General Media Complex. On air at News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. Online at kernradio.com. Now, here is your host, JR.
Top of the day to you. This is the JR Show. I'm your host, JR Flores. You're listening to Kern Radio. Check us out online at kernradio.com. You can also watch us live on YouTube. That's right. Just go to YouTube and search up Kern Radio. Click on the subscribe button and the bell notification so we'll go live every day right here at 2:05 for the JR Show. You'll be notified and you can watch us in all of our glory. I'll do another, for those of you watching on the YouTube, I'll do another exclusive giveaway for the viewers today. Speaking of giveaways, we do have a pair of tickets to the Bakersfield Brunch Fest happening Saturday, October 11th, out at the Kern County Fairgrounds. Can't get these tickets till next Wednesday, but we have them right here in our little hands just for you. Win them before you can buy them. Also, we have Crossroads of the West Gun Show tickets. That's happening next weekend out at the Kern County Fair. So stay tuned for that. We'll also talk about the possible meeting between President Trump and Vladimir. See if Putin is going to show up and where that might happen. Speaking of Russia and the U.S. is auctioning off a Russian yacht. I'll tell you how much it could possibly go for if you're in the case. Some of you guys are in the market for a yacht, and here's an opportunity to get it at a cheap price. Never know when these auctions what things might go. I was addicted to just the local auction here for a while, the Bakersfield auctions. I know some of you also are. I had to stop. I had to turn off the text alert because the auction was getting too. You start buying things like yachts that you don't even need. It's cheap. So you think, oh, I'll buy that. And then it just sits there and you don't ever really use it. What else do we have to talk about today? California is still thinking about redistricting. I'm seeing the California AG, Rob Bonta, on the screen behind Christopher there. I'm not sure what he is discussing, but I'm sure he's suing Trump or trying to go after somebody for fraud against something, and they're going to hospice care is this one. I'm sure he's going to get to the bottom of it right away, Mr. Bonta. I have faith in all you do. We'll tell you what the Secretary of State has told the governor of California, what the timetable might look like as California legislators get back to work soon in Sacramento. We'll give you all of those details. Plus, I'll finally get to the story about how Uber and Lyft are using AI to hike up and price gouge you, and just technology in a nutshell, and how they might not know who you are specifically, but they know what your number does everywhere you go. It's scary. I'll give you that as well. Plus, like we said, those tickets to give away. Also, a shooting this morning at Fort Stewart. 5 servicemen were shot. They were all recovering, stable now. 3 required surgery. This happened at, I believe, around 8 o'clock our time. It was an active duty soldier who was responsible or allegedly doing the shooting. He is in custody. Other soldiers intervened and stopped him before he could do any more harm to anybody else. He has never been deployed previously, and I'm sure as more updates come available, we will give you the latest with the top and the bottom of the hour news. But there is more details, unfortunately, about the horrific, unimaginable, unthinkable, unfathomable. I've tried every which way to try to understand and comprehend this story of 8-year-old Genesis Mata. We've learned through court records what this young girl, and not only her, but we're learning another child that was in the custody of Mr. Ray Mata Jr. and Griselia Bustamante. They were both charged with murder and torture in the death of Genesis. They're also charged with torture and child cruelty for injuries inflicted on a boy. I was watching KGT earlier. I believe they said he was 11. We've learned that young Genesis, and I just have to give you a warning. If you do not want to hear the details of this, feel free to mute your device, your radio, however you are listening or watching. If you have children, please do not let them listen to the details. I don't even want to discuss them. I've fought with myself on whether or not I should continue to discuss this story, but ignoring it doesn't do any justice to Genesis. If there can ever be any justice for young Genesis. We've learned that according to court records, some of the abuse she had to endure were things like having hot water poured over her body to the point where it instantly broke the skin. They crushed her hand. And her father, according to records, allegedly admitted to punching Genesis in the stomach, causing her to lose consciousness and ultimately die. Griselia Bustamante said she watched him on Friday evening commit this horrendous act. An investigator wrote, quote, Ray Mata stated he did not mean to do this, and it happened out of madness. Ray Mata stated it happened because his kids weren't listening. When both were brought in, they tried to blame each other originally. And then Mr. Mata finally admitted to inflicting most of the abuse on young Genesis, blaming the pouring of hot water on Miss Bustamante, said she put the water in a microwave and then poured it on her, causing instant blistering. And as I said yesterday, when they were arrested, 7 other kids were found. One of them had obvious signs of abuse. And the system has failed these kids. The family has stated they have contacted CPS on several occasions over the years about the abuse. According to KGET, Child Protective Services has an active case against Ray Mata because a boy whose name was redacted had been missing school, and when he was at school had a visible bruising on his arms. Mrs. Bustamante stated she watched Ray Mata Jr. beat the children until their backs bled a lot on many occasions. She didn't call 911 or otherwise make an effort to bring police to the hotel that night, or on any occasion, it appears, she allowed Mr. Mata to beat the children in their custody. Officers, when examined the boy, found a slew of injuries, among them bruising on his chest and legs, scarring on the back of his neck, shoulders, and back, scarring that appeared from cigarettes and a lighter put against his skin. And again, CPS had a case. But how did they fail these children? If a kid is showing up at school with visible bruising and signs of abuse, where is CPS? And I'm sorry, I struggle because the family members say, hey, we tried. I don't think I'd stop at just contacting CPS if I knew one of my family members was abusing their kids. I'm sorry. I wouldn't stop at CPS, and I probably speak for a lot of my family members that wouldn't just call CPS either. Making a phone call is obviously not protecting an 8-year-old child. And the real kicker at the end of this story is, it says, if you suspect the abuse or neglect of a child, you're urged to report it. Well, apparently somebody did. What good is it going to do to report it if CPS isn't going to show up? Or when they do, don't do anything about it? It's unfortunate that the more that we've learned about this story, the more questions it brings. How did this happen? If there was obvious signs, not just from family, but from school and CPS, how did this happen? I hope we get some of those answers. We still don't know who is the parents of the other 7 children. Some of them had the last name of Mata. Others had the name of Bustamante. Other court cases show Mr. Mata has a child support case against him, ordering to pay Bustamante money every month, even though they were still together. So I'm not sure how that works. But they, from what court records, seem to share a child. Not sure how many of the 7 of them are both of theirs. It's just a sad case. I look up and I just try to wonder why. There's things that I will never, ever comprehend or understand. We will take a break. We'll reset. We have plenty of other things to discuss. If you guys like to leave some comments, you can do so. Just drop us a text, 661-842-5376, 661-842-KERN. You can also call in at any time. Plus, you can drop a chat in the chat room here in the YouTube, if you so like to do that. You can also send me an email, jr@kernradio.com. Come back. The city of Wasco plans to make some changes to existing laws concerning homelessness and the street vendors. You know, the hot dog people now, and what is it? The elote. I love me some elote. I wish somebody would come through here sometimes with a little cart and hook a brother up. Plus, we'll give you the details on the possible meeting between President Trump and a Russian leader, Vladimir Putin. U.S. is selling off a Russian yacht they have confiscated over the Ukraine war. Plus, redistricting, what the Secretary of State has told the governor, if he wants to get this done, what that may look like. What's the president saying, Chris? President Trump makes announcement from Oval Office on Apple?
With Apple CEO.
Apple CEO is in the White House. We'll take you live to the Oval Office and see just what the president is saying. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. We'll be right back.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. The Ralph Bailey Show. Weekdays from 3 till 6 p.m.
Charger.
So Kamala
Nice,
Harris stumbles
Can you guys hear me?
haphazardly into the smartest decision she's ever made. She is not running for governor, and she certainly now can't run for president in 28 because she can't outdo Newsom.
Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. Check us out on YouTube. We're streaming live right there every day at 2 o'clock, followed by The Ralph Bailey Show. Ralph is on vacation today. He is being replaced with, who is in today, Chris? Cassie Biddle, right?
Yes, I believe it's Cassie Biddle.
Cassie Biddle, owner operator of Casey's Steakhouse and the Stockyard, newest sponsor of the JR Show. Check out the Stockyard Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays, starting at 6 p.m. till they kick you out. Visit Haley, go order. My favorite thing is the whiskey sour. Can have one of those. It's just a cool little hangout. The what do the kids say these days? Vibe, Chris, is that the word that you guys use? The vibe. It's a vibe.
I don't know about these guys, but yes,
it's a vibe. No, but it is. It's chill. It's not. There's some places that are just rowdy. This place is not that. It's nice. Go have a quiet little drink. Take a lady friend. You know what I mean? Before show, after show. Slip in the bag, push the button. When they say, what's the password? You just tell them, why not JR? They'll let you right in the door. It's the Stockyard. Check them out. But yeah, Cassie Biddle hosting today for the Ralph Bailey Show. What else is going on today? Russia. Oh, there's what is he saying? What is he talking about with Apple, Chris? Is it even worth eavesdropping into?
I have it up if you'd like it.
It's only fun when he gets to actually the question and answer parts, because then that's when the topics get kind of crazy and fun. Let's drop in just a second to see what he's saying. What do you got? Oh, look, who's coming up to the podium?
Because American innovation is central.
This is Tim Cook, right? CEO of Apple.
Our products are designed here. We're hiring and growing here, and we support 450,000 jobs with thousands of suppliers and partners in all 50 states. Earlier this year, we made our largest ever spending commitment, $500 billion to the U.S. over the next 4 years. That's already yielding results. Earlier this year, we broke ground on a new factory in Houston to make advanced AI servers. And just last month, the very first test unit rolled off that factory's line, proudly made in America. President Trump shared some kind words about that work, but he also asked us to think about what more we could commit to doing. And Mr. President, we took that challenge very seriously. I'm glad to be here with you today, and I'm very proud to say that today we're committing an additional $100 billion to the United States, bringing our total U.S. investment to $600 billion over the next 2 years.
There you go. CEO of Apple, Tim Cook, committing another $100 billion to spend in the U.S., bringing it to $600 billion. It's bringing jobs back to America. You can't. Go ahead, Democrats. Find a reason to be mad. Let me guess, Chris. I should get rid of my Apple phone now, right? I should switch back to Droid because Apple's agreeing to do something for Trump, and now I can't use my iPod, my AirPods, my Apple Music. Goodness gracious. I was just playing.
With us on the news, John Keith Peters
I was just
in
playing.
Washington. An Army
I still got
sergeant
my
has been
iPhone.
accused of
It's spoken. Let's make our escape. Let's go there. Let's just honestly say, can you take? I can't sing it like Aaron Perlman can. I'm sorry. I'm not that good. Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's your host, JR Flores. You're listening to Kern Radio. Check us out online, kernradio.com. You can find us streaming on YouTube. Just look us up, Kern Radio. We're doing it every single day at 2 o'clock. Tell all your friends about it. Bring the kids in. Get the popcorn ready. It's always a good show. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit 10,000, and we're only 5% of the way there.
Hey, 250 is a good number.
Is that where we're at? 250, right around. I think it's like 249. Help us get to 250 by the end of the show. Why don't you? And then stick around. The Ralph Bailey Show also will be streaming on YouTube as well. You can always drop a comment, not only in the YouTube chat, but in the text line, 661-842-5376, 661-842-KERN. I was just playing. I'm not getting rid of my iPhone, but I'm sure there's a lot of you out there that are going, I can't have an iPhone now because they're doing business with Trump.
Well, technically, they're doing business with America.
I know, but because Trump is the president, and he's standing next to him in the Oval Office, God forbid anybody stand next to the president, and now he's going to have to just don't show up at a Coldplay concert, Tim Cook, and you should be okay. If you don't know about the Coldplay thing by now, I'm not going to explain it to you. Do you have anything on the text message board, sir?
I have one here.
Well, what do you got?
It just says, I thought the state of California already tried to redistrict David Valdeo's district before the last election. So are they going to try it again?
They did. After the 2020 census was the last time they did redistricting. And you're correct. They did take some of the Republican spots and put it into, I believe, Vince Fong's spot, because they figured with Vince and Kevin getting over 70%, you might as well just give them a couple more. But if we take them out of Valadeo's district, that hurts Valadeo, and they still couldn't beat him. But yes, his will be one of the ones that, if the redistricting of California in response to the redistricting of Texas, and if I get one person that says, well, they started it, don't sound like my 8-year-old and my niece's son, who's 5. Don't sound like an 8 and 5-year-old when I walk in the house after work and I'm like, why are you guys fighting? They started it. Don't act like a child, but at least us in California get to vote on it. You see, there was also something passed that said that the legislature of California doesn't just get to make up the lines themselves. Not only that, they can't even go and say, hey, we want to redo the lines like in Texas. And that's why the Democrats fled the state, because it's up to the legislature there to vote on whether or not they want the lines redrawn. So they bail out, they break quorum. You can't have any kind of discussion or whatever, anything. You can't bring votes to the floor. In California, they don't have that option. They have to put it before us, the voters. And right now, it's about a 50-50 toss-up, because there's probably a lot of you out there that are going, well, yeah, we should. If Texas is going to do it, we should do it too. No. Especially if you feel like what Texas is doing is wrong, you in turn should probably not go and do the same thing that you're telling the other person is wrong. Stop sounding like 8-year-olds and 5-year-olds fighting over a toy. But yeah, that's the only way they can try to, again, beat Valadeo. I think this is actually his toughest opponent he's probably had in a while. Dr. Jasmeet Baines. Gonna be honest. I mean, she beat Leticia Perez for an assembly seat. I'm starting to think I'm starting to think Leticia Perez can't win India. She's tried to run for state senate against Andy Vidak and lost. Tried to run for assembly against Dr. Jasmeet Baines and lost. I'm starting to think that she's going to be the supervisor for another 4 years. But that Dr. Baines, if nobody else gets in that race, and I'm not, well, there is another Democrat, I believe, in the race. But it'll come down to those two. Now, the redistricting thing, again, it has to go on the November. They're trying to get it on this November's ballot. The legislators in California don't go back into session until, don't quote me, I believe the 16th. Let me look at my calendar to see what day that is. That's a Saturday, so that's wrong. The 18th, possibly. Now, the Secretary of State has informed the governor that then if they want this to make to get on a ballot anytime soon, they have 5 days from that time to redraw the maps, get and this is really important, as it is in every bill that comes out, how they write it, how they present it to the voters. Because it's not going to say in the description, this is our response to Texas's redistricting. They're not going to, that's not, even though the governor has clearly stated that's the only reason he's doing this, not because and it has, but the populations have shifted in California. More people have, he's not going to admit that more people have moved out of the state of California. Therefore, we probably should have less representatives than we actually have in Congress. Watch out, it might actually bite him in the butt. So no, in the description, when we go to vote on this, if it happens to get on a ballot, don't look for it to say our response to Texas and their redistricting efforts, because we don't want the Congress to be imbalanced, and therefore we feel like we should respond and do the same thing that we think Texas is doing wrong. And New York's now jumped on board as well. The president is looks like he's taking questions. That's always the fun part, Chris. That's always where you get the good sound bites. People
still have it up.
People start asking him random questions about different topics. Let's peek in on the president.
So what about the whole thing? We're very proud of it. Can you make the whole thing here?
It's Tim Cook answering the question every time.
That will be elsewhere for a while.
He makes many of the components here, and we've been talking about it, and the whole thing is set up at other places, and it's been there for a long time. So in terms of cost and all, but I think we may incentivize him enough that one day he'll be bringing that. But he brings most of the stuff. Look, he's not making this kind of an investment anywhere in the world, not even close. He's coming back. I mean, Apple's coming back to America. Thank you.
Mr. President, Indian officials
Let me go, please.
Indian officials have said that there are other countries that are buying Russian oil.
It's okay.
Like China, for instance,
It's
buying
okay.
more.
Yeah.
Why are you singling India out for these additional
It's
sanctions?
only been 8 hours. So let's see what happens over the next.
More secondary sanctions.
You're going to see a lot more.
So this is a taste of
You're going to see a lot more. You're going to see so much secondary sanctions. Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, you were the driving force behind Operation Warp Speed, these mRNA vaccines that are the gold standard.
Right.
Now your health secretary is pulling back all the funding for research. He's saying that the risks outweigh the benefits, which puts them at odds with
Research
the
on
entire
what?
medical community and with you. What is going on
Research on what?
into mRNA vaccines?
Well, we're going to look at that. We're talking about it, and they're doing a very good job. And, you know, that is a pass. With Operation Warp Speed was, whether you're Republican or Democrat, considered one of the most incredible things ever done in this country. The efficiency, the way it was done, the distribution, everything about it has been amazing. But, you know, that was now a long time ago, and we're on to other things. But we are speaking about it. We have meetings about it in tomorrow at 12 o'clock, and we'll determine. We're looking for other answers to other problems, to other sicknesses and diseases. And I think we're doing really well. Yes, ma'am. Please.
Thank you, Mr. President. You said many times that you want to stop wars in the Middle East. Now, Prime Minister Netanyahu is contemplating reoccupying Gaza entirely. Is he defying you, sir, or are you giving him a green light?
Well, we have stopped wars in the Middle East by stopping Iran from having a nuclear weapon, and they're you know, they can say they're going to start all over again, but that's a very dangerous thing for them to do, because we'll be back as soon as they start. We'll be back, and I think they understand that. They're just words, but no, we've stopped a lot of wars in the Middle East. If you think about what we did with Iran, Iran was the perpetrator of hate, a very evil place, and I think it's going to be a lot different in the coming years.
On the India penalties, do you have any similar plans to enact more tariffs on China as it relates
Could
to
happen.
their purchases?
Could happen. Depends on how we do. Could happen. Brian?
I've got an entertainment-based question for you. A few weeks ago, Stephen Colbert announced that he was leaving his show. Howard Stern announced that he and Sirius XM Radio are parting ways. Do you think the hate Trump business model that's been in the entertainment business is going out of business because it's not popular with the American people?
Well, it hasn't worked, and it hasn't worked really for a long time. And I would say pretty much from the beginning, Colbert has no talent. I mean, I could take anybody here. I could go outside in the beautiful streets and pick up a couple of people that do just as well or better. They get higher ratings than he did. He's got no talent. Fallon has no talent. Kimmel has no talent. They're next. They're going to be going. I hear they're going to be going. I don't know, but I would imagine because they get, you know, Colbert has better ratings than Kimmel or Fallon. You know that. Howard Stern is a name I haven't heard. I used to do a show. We used to have fun, but I haven't heard that name in a long time. What happened? He got terminated?
Yeah, they're going to separate ways because I think what they're offering salary-wise is real low for what he's getting.
You know when he went down? When he endorsed Hillary Clinton, he lost his audience.
All right. I told you it gets good when they start asking him the question. Sir, we have an entertainment question for you. Let's go to a break, Chris. I'm sorry. It's always good when he starts talking just off the side cuff. They've got no talent, that Colbert and that Fallon guy. He's got no talent. That's not why they're getting canceled. They're getting canceled because nobody watches TV anymore. Nobody watches TV like that anymore. Anyways, it's all on demand. It's all when at the convenience of the viewer now. Well, that's why we do YouTube, so you can go back and watch the show. Not everybody can listen every day at 2:00. It's fine. You can go onto YouTube now and you can go back and watch the show. Not everybody stays up till 11:30 to watch late night TV anymore. Especially with how many options there are with podcasts, and YouTube is just exploding with video podcasting. So I don't know if it's not because they don't have talent. It's just that the genre in which they are on, late night TV, is going away. And a lot of that also has to do with the FCC, and we battle it here. We have to battle those, jump those hurdles. People on YouTube can get away with a whole lot. There's no FCC regulations. I want to say it's almost like the Wild West. You can say pretty much whatever you want. Or we on radio and TV, we're still regulated. There's FCCs. If I say something out of line, I could be not only fined, thrown in jail. So they don't have a lot of the same restrictions that we do. But that's okay. We're going to start doing some other stuff. Radio maybe can't regulate. Ain't that right, Chris? Chris is all quiet, hiding under the desk. He don't want to get in trouble. It's okay. Just go follow us on social media. I promise it'll be a fun ride. Got to come back after the break, take some of your text messages. 661-842-5376. 661-842-KERN. I got some Crossroads of the West gun show tickets to give away. How about we do that right now? Caller number what, Chris?
5.
Caller now he speaks. See, you ask him the easy question. Whatever. Caller number 5 to 661-842-5376 will win a pair of tickets to the Crossroads of the West gun show happening next week out at the Kern County Fairgrounds. Cassie Biddle's in the building hosting for the Ralph Bailey show today. She bring any food, Chris?
Nope, not this time.
No steaks? No.
She said they're bringing her the food.
I mean, last time they brought in food, I was on vacation. Now I'm here and it's fine. It's Wiener Dog Wednesday anyways. Go get my chili dogs. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. We'll be right back.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180. 96.1 and AM 1180 KN. Now, back to the JR Show.
Over myself to lick your heart in case your hair could. I shed it so lonely.
The JR Show. Who won the tickets? Who won the tickets to the Crossroads of the West gun show?
Mary won the tickets, but she wanted the brunch fest.
So you gave her the brunch fest, huh? Because Chris was a pushover. You guys could just, man, especially if it's a lady, Chris will just melt like butter. You can ask him for anything. That doesn't mean call and ask for something right now, because he's not going to answer the phone. But he's a pushover, especially when it comes to the ladies.
I'm a nice guy.
Yeah.
What can I say? Maybe that's why I'm single.
Probably.
Honestly.
It's probably better off that way. I can say that. She's out of town. 661-842-5376. 661-842-KERN. I love you, babe. Do we have anything on the text board? She can go back and watch. So I gotta cover my anything on the screen there, sir?
It's my understanding that the U.S. Census Bureau collects and counts illegals, which alter the number of seats and manipulates the voting districts. Is this correct? Thanks, Dave.
I believe they do collect the data on undocumented immigrants.
But they do not count them towards the voting census.
I hope they don't count them towards the voting census. They shouldn't, because they shouldn't be voting. I'm sure there's a few Democrats that would love for them to vote. And I'm sure if there was going to be any state that would allow them, well, boys, it would probably be this one. Only in California. Anything else?
Yeah, I got one more here. It says, I do not understand. Didn't Kathy Abernathy support redistricting? If Democrats have already created biased districts, wouldn't shifting the lines already favor Republicans? Shouldn't Republicans support it or not?
The thing is that you are supposed to, there's a census every 10 years, basically is what goes down. And the data collected from the census is what is used to determine how many representatives you get in Congress. But at that point, you can also see where populations may have shifted. And yes, you do need to redraw lines due to those numbers. It's typically not done in the middle of the decade. I don't agree with it. I've never agreed with it. I'm not a Republican or a Democrat, so I can't speak for Republicans on this issue. I apologize. I will find one for you. Or like you said, Kathy may have at one point. Hell, they've done it here locally and tried to cut up couches. Couch had to run again mid-year because they cut up his district one time. So yes, it's been happening. Both sides want it when it's in their favor, and both sides don't want it when it's not in their favor. Hopefully the voters of California will just say, hey, can we just stop and just wait until it's actually our turn? Or have a legitimate reason to actually do it besides, well, Texas is doing it. Anything else on the text line before we get out of here for the day, sir?
Nope, that is it.
That is it. I saw a video online of the worst Taco Tuesday taco truck could possibly have. It was in LA, and he was being attacked by a group of about 5 or 6 people with hammers and bats. They were throwing rocks through the truck. They were ducking for cover inside. That's the state of California. That truck had been there for 15 years, they said, doing business, and never encountered anything like that before in their existence. To which I say, more reason to own a gun. Had that been me in my taco truck, and I saw a group of 4 or 5 individuals starting to hurl rocks and have hammers and bats, I'm shooting every last one of them. I don't condone violence, but I also say you should protect yourself. I got to get out of here. Cassie Biddle hosting for Ralph Bailey. Be nice, y'all. I got to go home. Lily, Dad loves you. La, la, la.
This is AM 1180 KERN. Green Acres. This is 96.1 FM.
All right, you guys, if you're still watching online, send me an email, jr@kernradio.com. Tell me that you are watching on YouTube and that you're subscribed, and we'll pick a winner for that. Thank you.
Apple had previously said it intended